All right, everybody, welcome to tonight's Take Action Thursday. Really, truly excited to be back here, seeing some amazing faces tonight, but really excited to introduce to you our guest speaker, Lisa Yahn. I've had the privilege and the pleasure of knowing Lisa for quite a few years now. She's an incredible leader, incredible mentor, incredible coach. She leads with heart. She's got a passion bigger than Dallas, Texas, right? Everything's big in Texas, even though she's not in Texas, but yeah, she's got a big heart. And so I'm really excited to introduce to you my good friend. She's like a sister to me. And I'm just excited for her to be sharing because she really does pour into her team and she has some great tips and tricks for you tonight. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce to you Lisa Yahn. Take it away, Lisa.
Hi, guys. Thank you, Judy. That was so funny. Bigger than Texas. Very funny. Hello, you guys. My name is Lisa Yahn. I'm from Rochester, New York. And you guys, I've been with the business now for 3 years. I was here in the very beginning of 2017. And when I got started, I didn't know what it was. And I'm sure some of you have heard my story before, and I'll just share it really quick. But I was told it was a product. I was told that, I was told that it was a product and it could help change people's lives, and that we were going to partner up with Sean Ancor, the guy who wrote our book, The Big Potential. And I was super excited because I was in another company where we worked with him a little bit. So I was super excited for that. So when the product showed up at my house earlier that year, I had already started my weight loss journey, but I had kind of hit a plateau. So when this product showed up to my house and I saw that it was a coffee and a supplement, I was kind of thrown off by what I've heard a lot lately, is that a lot of us weren't coffee drinkers when this stuff showed up to our house, and we had to become coffee drinkers. And so I started drinking it. And from the end of October, I had bought a size 12 jeans. And by December 27th, which is my birthday, I had dropped a whole pant size in less than a month and went to a size 10. Which was pretty awesome. And since then, I'm from the 10 to a 6, and I've managed to maintain that. And for me, that is a huge deal because I've been that person who fluctuates her weight. You know, I do the diets, I've done this plan, that plan, and I always ended up gaining the weight back. So for me, this has been a huge maintenance product, as well as for the weight loss. Emotionally, mentally, physically, like it has just done all of the things. But besides that, you guys, one of my biggest, prior to doing this, I was a hairstylist of 25 years. I was in the industry. I've been in the salon with, people younger than me, people older than me. And the last salon that I worked at before I came home to do hair, there was a woman in there who was almost my mom's age. My mom is going to be 71. And she was still behind the chair. Like, she still had clients that hadn't died. And I was just, but I saw her and how much her body just was like every day she was only there 2 days a week, but I just seen how it was killing her. And I was just like, man, I'm going to retire by the time I'm 45. I do not want to be behind the chair. And I was able to do that. I've been in and out of the industry of network marketing since for 21 years. My son is 23. I started when he was 2. And I was just really, am I all good? Am I okay? Okay. So 2.5 years ago, when the opportunity came for me to be able to retire, not only did I double my income, I tripled it. And it allowed me to replace the income that I did with doing hair. Yesterday, we were on a call and David Litt had said, where were you when you first were introduced to network marketing? And I remember the first time I was it made me really think about it. And the first time I was introduced to it was back in, well, 22 years ago. And that was into the candle, when everybody was into the party light candles, and you had to blow out the candles. And you had these big bags of all this stuff, and you'd have to do all this stuff. And back then you had to like mail your parties in. Like, you didn't have the internet, you didn't have any of this, so it was really a hassle. So that didn't last long. And then I went from that to doing I went into jewelry. I saw how easy it was and how people love to get pretty. And I loved it. My girlfriend was like, she said, you could do this too. And I said, well, how much did you make? And she told me, and I was like, oh, I can totally do that. And both times that I have, all the times that the 3 times that I've been reintroduced to network marketing, or a different phase of it, I would say, were at different times in my life when I was needing something more. And the first time, my son was a baby, and I felt like I just wasn't sure what I wanted to do. And I just was looking for something. And then the second time, when the jewelry thing came up, I had just came out of a really, really bad relationship. And I was living on my own with a preteen kid, and I just did not want to move back home. And I was like, I needed to do whatever I needed to do to make it happen. And then it revisited me, even though I was still doing the network marketing, the jewelry 7 years ago. It was starting to turn. And this is where my biggest tips for you guys can come into play. So I was doing the jewelry thing, and I ran into one of my girlfriends that I had met into that company at an event. And she told me that she was leaving that company to go to do another company. And I said, girl, are you crazy? Like, we're making amazing money here. And she was from Minnesota, so she had the little old accent. And she said, oh no, girl, it's a no brainer. I have to go do this. Like, I'm going to earn a Lexus. And she was like saying all this stuff. And I was like, you go, girl, you enjoy yourself over there. And so she did. She earned her iPad. She earned her Lexus, like literally within the next month. So I watched her. And so the first tip would be, when you see an opportunity, you'll hear Garrett say all the time, know what good looks like early, because that means a lot. So pre-launch means big. And so that was there. And I just watched her. And that was like June of 2012. And then December 27th is my birthday. That year, my dad suddenly passed away of a heart attack on my birthday. And you guys, my world was upside down. And I just knew that at the time, my father was an auctioneer. He was in the process of opening his own business, and his own cattle selling business. And they owned their home here. They owned their home 2 hours from here. And my mom just immediately went into, I have to do this, I have to do that. And I was just like, I followed suit, and I was like, I have to do something. I have to help her, because she didn't know if she was going to have to sell one or both homes. And I just knew that I needed to find something else besides doing hair. The jewelry thing was doing okay, but there was issues happening. And so one day, it was a couple months after, it was probably like February after he had passed. And someone had posted on her Facebook page, my girlfriend Shannon's page, and said that they had earned their Lexus and their iPad in 2 months. And I inboxed her, and I said, okay, so what are you doing in Minnesota with that facial crap? Because it was skincare. And she said, can I call you? So she called me, and you guys, it was as simple as what we're doing here. You get somebody to watch a video, and you get them on a call after. And I did that day. We talked. She sent me a sample, and I went to lunch that day with my girlfriend, and she asked me what was new. And I said, Mike, I just got off the phone with my girlfriend, and she shared this video with me. And I said, here, tell me what you think. You guys, I hadn't decided to do anything. And I showed her this 3-minute video. And halfway through that video, she said, where do I get that? How do I get that? And she she said, I want it. If you don't sell it, you better give me your friend's name, like that. And I said, okay, slow down. And so then I went to work and I did it again. And I did it again with my 4 next clients that day. And they all said, put my name on a list because when you start, I want it. And so what I did was the product came, I tried it, and I was super excited. I told her, sign me up. She signed me up, and this is second tip. Tip number 2. She asked me as soon as she signed me up, we were on the phone, and she said, are you coachable? And I said, yeah, because I do hair and I just sold jewelry. I don't know anything about skincare. You tell me what to do and I'm all in. And you guys, I ran with it. I was on 3-way calls. I was on, we didn't have Zooms back then, but we were doing 3-way calls, 3-way chats. We were doing it all. And I earned my iPad. I earned my Lexus. I did everything that she told me to do. If she told me to get on this call, I was on that call. I was doing everything possible. And then the same thing happened 3 years ago when I came here. I didn't know anything about coffee. I was on every Zoom. When they said Mark was doing a Zoom or whoever, Chris Schweda or Sean, whoever was doing a Zoom, I was on it and I was getting people on it. I was so coachable. And that's what I teach to my team. I teach to my team, like, be a sponge. You know, it's just like going, if you played football, if you're a football fan, if your team, you know, if you have a player and they get out there, they're not just going to go out there and say, no, coach, I'm not going to do that run. I'm not going to run that route. I'm going to do what I want to do. Do you think that team is going to get along very well? No, they're not going to win the Super Bowl. They're not probably even going to make the Super Bowl because there's no culture in that team. Where here we have culture. And you know what, Judy and Mark, you guys, I've heard it 10 times over where they say, you know, when you help other people get what they want, you'll get what you want in return. And I didn't get that until I got here. I didn't get the real meaning of culture until we came here because, you know, Judy will say, you know, I just love on people. And it's so true. You guys, when you just meet people where they are and you accept people for who they are and you help them achieve whatever it is that they want to achieve, whether it's, you know, $200 a month or earning their product for free, you can do that. And you can do that here. And when they win, you win. And I've been thinking about it for a long time. What was I going to train about tonight? What was I going to give you guys as tips and, you know, ideas? And it really is, it's just being coachable. And how many people can you help? How many people can you help change their life, whether it's just with the product or with the income changes? You know, you just never know. And you know, it all stems from the same question that we all have. And you know, a little while ago, one of my partners and friends, Aaliyah, was just at my house and we were working together. And she's like, okay, what do I say to this person? What do I say to this person? And back to the call that I was on yesterday, David Litt, he made a comment and he said, you know, when he was in the field, he said there was two, I wrote it down somewhere. He said there was two things that he always said. I thought of you because, and are you open? And those are really the main two things when you're reaching out to someone that you need to say. And then when they say, am I open to what? Well, have you heard about the happy coffee everyone's talking about? No, what is it? Well, do you ever drink coffee? You guys, that's how I start every conversation. And today you know, over the last couple of days, I've reached out to a couple people that have kind of been on my chicken list. And I now have one on a Zoom tomorrow with Judy and Gavin. So you just never know who's going to be open. I always say, if you don't ask, the answer will always be no. And if you, a closed mouth don't get fed. Like, that was my dad's biggest thing. And you guys, the fact that I was able to retire 2 years early or 3 years early from my goal year of retiring is pretty awesome. The fact that I'm able to help other people do the same thing is even better. And the fact that I get to help my mom pay her bills, and she haven't paid off the house yet, but I am able to help her pay her bills and do the things and be able to travel the way that I wanted to, and to be here to take care of her for her knee surgery that she just had in September, which she had a full recovery from, is truly, truly amazing. And you guys can have all the things if it goes back to that first tip of being coachable in telling your story. You know, people get back to the basics. If you're someone who's been here for 3 years, if you've been here for 2 years and you're like, well, I don't really have a story. What has this product done for you? If you never lost, I was going to post this. If you never lost another pound from this product, would you stop taking it? I see a whole bunch of heads going, no. Exactly, you wouldn't. So why wouldn't you share that story? Why wouldn't you share what it's doing for you on the inside? I shared a post the other day from a woman who said it wasn't about the weight loss, but how it was able to get her back on her motorcycle because she was so petrified of like anxiety of people and being around people. And I was just like, wow, like people really feel like that. And, you know, Brittany just shared that she does Instacart. She's very introverted. Anybody can do this business. And it just takes us being that person to reach out to them and say, hey, I've got something. And I have a girlfriend who I shared with her last week. And she said, you know what, girl, she's like, I don't think I can take on a new brand. And I said, Nikki, to be honest with you, I don't think you can afford not to take a look at it. I said, I'm not asking you to join right now. I'm just asking you to simply take a look at it because you can't afford to not, for the simple fact, I know where we went 3 years ago. So I know where we're going these next 3 years. And I would hate for in a year from now, you to come back to me and say, Lisa, why didn't you make me look at that? Why didn't you make me join? And she turned around and said, you know what? You're right. It won't hurt me to take a look. So we're talking now. So, you know, no doesn't mean no forever. It just means not right now. So people are on my list forever. Unless they die or they tell me to lose their number or they unfriend me on Facebook, I don't stop reaching out to people. I don't stop sharing it with them because you never know, especially right now. People are, you know, as sad as it is, people are losing jobs and businesses are closing and people need us more than ever. So, I mean, that's my biggest tip. Judy, I don't know if there was anything any more you wanted me to say, but like be coachable, you guys, and share your story.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when you think about just some of the things that Lisa shared, is really, you guys, it's getting back to the basics, right? It's we all know what we need to do. We're in this time, like Lisa said, we're rebranding. We are now going to be the Happy Co. So when you really think about that, that defines who we are. We finally have the name that goes with the culture community that we have, with the happiness products that we have. So in a whole, it's really get excited again. If you've been here for a while, like Lisa said, get back to the basics. I can tell you what we've been doing, and I wanted to add this because I think it's important. You know, life gets in the way. It just happens. But that's the beautiful thing about network marketing, right? Is we can pick. I had COVID, you guys, for 16 days where I couldn't do anything. But what I was able to do was, when I felt better, is jump back into it. So it's, you know, it's never too late to get started again, but get started with the passion and the fire that you had. Think about this. Go back to the first day that you got excited about what you were doing and how you were sharing it with people. And just do that again, you guys. There's no magic potion. There's no magic pill. There's tips and tricks and things like that that you can get from many of the leaders here. But what it boils down to is activity, urgency, activity, and telling your story. And if you can do those things, get with the 5 or 7 people. We've been doing these calls the last 3-4 days. I've been on call after call after call after Zoom after Zoom. And basically, when somebody's getting involved, we're asking them to get to 5 of their 7 people who know them, like them, and love them and respect them. And so when you can get 5 to 7 of your closest people, if it's one person that shows up, that's great. That's it. One person can get you started. It can revamp your business. It's doing the activity. Just do it and reach out to your upline, to whoever it is. Call me. I'll help you. I will help anybody. And it's just sharing your passion, the vision and mission of where this company is going. In 2021, we are going to see the new brand, the new us, and it's going to fit who we are. And I'm excited because I know that we're going to be that billion-dollar a year company that we all talk about. We've got the right leadership from the top, from President, Garrett and Sylvia, to Keith Halls, to, I can name everybody, you guys. And we've got that. We've got the corporate leadership, you've got the field leadership, and you've got a family of people who aren't going to quit on you. The only way that you can fail is if you quit. So don't quit, get excited. You came here for a reason. Share that fire, share that passion, and let's take this company to that 100, I say 100 billion. I love that. It sounds so good. $100 billion a year company that we're so excited about, right? Because we know it's going to happen. We're in the right place, the right time, with the right opportunity, the right people. It's just using the best tool. And I say this all the time, and that is your mouth. So
it's
you
so
guys,
true.
thank you. Thank you, Lisa. You did an awesome job. Is keeping it basic, keeping it simple. She's right. Everything she said is just getting back to the basics. So
and guys, you can't ever say the wrong thing to the right person.
Exactly. And you never know what somebody needs right now. They may just want to be a part of this community. They may just want to get on and listen and just be a part of something bigger than who they are. And we love them and welcome them in. And if they want to be a customer, great. And if you want to make $100, $500, $5,000, $5 million, you can do it. You just have to create the urgency and the activity. And with the bonuses that are going on right now, you guys, sit down for a second, add up what you can make or what that person can make by coming into this business and just by helping a few people get started. It's that simple. Don't complicate it. Don't think about it. Just go out there and Mark and I always say, make a mess and clean it up later. So you guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Lisa, for being on tonight. Thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to be here. We really, truly appreciate and love you all. And we wish you a very happy holiday season. So we'll see you next week on Take Action Thursday. It will be the last one. I don't know if we'll continue doing them, but if you want and you like these Take Action Thursdays, please let me know, okay? So anyways, have a great night, everybody.
Bye. Thank you, Judy.
You're welcome. Thank you, Lisa.